sometimes, but a lot of times I don't pray my Salah. And if I do pray, maybe I'll pray 1 or 2 Salah per day. Even though I don't keep up with my Salah regularly, I don't feel there's a change in my life. I don't feel like praying Salah benefits my life or it does anything good for me. So could you explain why Salah is important and just clarify?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. And we all know, even the one with the least amount of knowledge realizes the importance of Salah, correct? العهد الذي بيننا وبينهم الصلاة فمن تركها فقد كفر. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says the covenant, the difference between us and them is the Salah. Whoever left it is a kafir. I'm not saying whoever leaves that person is a kafir. No, just relax. We're saying is that obviously there is difference of opinion, but there's no disagreement that if someone believes it is not important to pray, then that would be a dangerous aspect. That's very clear. May Allah protect us. But for someone who lacks their prayers, some people will say, you know what, I want to stop my Salah until I'm able to pray all 5 at the same time. No, at minimum, it's, we call it, you can have the least problem by, let's say you pray the Fajr and Dhuhr, you have a problem with Asr, Maghrib and Isha. Is that better or leaving Fajr and Dhuhr completely? What's the logic? At least pray the minimum, isn't it correct? It'll perhaps save you a little bit. But that's something to keep in mind, is that this should not discourage you, point number 1, from quitting whatever you're praying currently. That's the main point right here. Then you build from there. My personal opinion, the strongest of means to help you in your Salah is to have good companionship. Remember this, one of the strongest means. I'm an example in front of you here. I moved from one city to another city. I'm having a hard time praying Fajr in the masjid, having serious hard time. Recently moved, I don't have much companionship. Where I was living, I hardly remember missing Fajr once in the masjid. Why? Because we had a strong companionship, very solid. No matter how weak I am, we get 3 people call me, Brother Majid, wake up. Wallahi, they would come to my window, in my bedroom, knocking on my window. When you have such companionship, do you think you'll ever miss a Salah? But look, after that move, and I'm the speaker and would give and travel and so on, wallahi, nothing. That if the Prophet was advised to have good companionship, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then what about us? That's something to keep in mind. I'm talking from the companionship aspect. Please, the Shaykh, you need to add upon this, inshallah. Go ahead.
No, mashallah, of course, like the Shaykh said, mashallah, the issue of salat, we call this علم الضروري, معلومة بالضرورة, that it's compulsory, you have to do, it's very important. Even if the person maybe at one stage shaitan gets to him and he feels that Salah is not affecting his life or is not benefiting him. Our deen is called the deen of Islam because it has, of course, submission. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordains something and makes something compulsory for us, then definitely I have to submit and accept that this is beneficial for me. It's beneficial for my deen, beneficial for my dunya, beneficial for my akhirah, my hereafter. Maybe I don't feel it because my heart's not as sensitive yet. Maybe my life is full of sin, so I don't have a sensitive heart. Sins sometimes they cover the heart. كَلَّا بَلْ رَانَ عَلَىٰ قُلُوبِهِمْ مَا كَانُوا يَكْسِبُونَ. Sometimes sin, they cover the heart. Your heart becomes insensitive. You don't feel things that are haram or things that are halal and beneficial. So your judgment, should not have that much weight in your opinion. Rather, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says it's important, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam emphasizes salah so much, I submit and I know that al-khayr, kull al-khayr, all goodness is in having istiqamah on my salah, which is very, very clear and very understood. Now I advise, like Sheikh Majid said, it's very, very important that the person, finds good companionship to support him in this salat. And don't allow shaitan to get you when you miss a salah. This is the shaitan's biggest door in our time. If you miss one salah, shaitan comes to you and say, you're lost anyway, there's no point, leave everything you're doing. What we say is, no. Whatever I can do, I do. I build up slowly, like the Shaykh mashallah said also that, build up your salat. If you don't pray at all, maybe start with 1 salah, 2 salah. It's not saying that it's not compulsory. They're all compulsory, of course. The 5 prayers are compulsory. But sometimes if I want to pray the whole 5, I buckle and I can't do it. Rather, build up slowly, achieve and make up the salawat, inshallah, that you have missed. And you will find great change and great influence on your life, inshallah. Allah says, Inna salata tanha anil fahsha'i wal munkar. Verily, this salat, it stops the person from falling in further sin and further haram and fahsha and munkar.
Jazakumullah khair, Shaykh.